So do Joe Rogan and Swayze understand the movie What the Health?
Spoiler, no, they don't.
Hey, I'm Angie.
And I'm Ryan.
And we're Happy Healthy Vegan.
So you're here with me doing one of these response videos.
Okay, so I think those of you who have been following us for a while pretty much know that I took a leave of absence from any type of drama videos about a year and a half ago.
Oh yeah, at least.
And in particular, I had said no more Swayze videos. And I don't watch them. I don't. But I saw a foot soldier video. And I got enraged.
Yeah, he did a great response video about her, how she's wrong, and actually got me motivated to get off my butt and finally make a response video to her. Because I was saying before, I'm not going to bother. She's just trolling, and I'd just be feeding into her troll needs there.
Yeah, which, okay, we are. But I just want you to know that I'm here not to be standing against Unnatural Vegan, but to be standing with What the Health. I've been watching Ryan make all these videos about all these jokers trying to debunk What the Health, probably the greatest documentary to come out in 2017, and I just can't stand by and watch a fellow vegan channel attempt to rip What the Health a new one.
Yeah, it's amazing watching a vegan take the side of, and not me, a rational, cogent, intelligent vegan. No, take the side of bro Rogan. Let's take a look at that.
Most of what Joe says is fine.
Oh, really?
I'd heard it was like some crazy vegan propaganda. It's not based on science at all.
Well, yeah, that's what he heard.
Yeah, and this is coming from a person, Joe, who never even watched What the Health.
And you're saying things like saturated fats and all these things clog up in your arteries, and that causes diabetes.
Mm-hmm. Oh, God. See, he absolutely has no idea what he's talking about. That was never, ever stated in the movie. That's not part of any science anywhere.
And when this one doctor goes over all the different things...
Oh, Dr. Z-Dog, the infamous YouTube entertainment comedian doctor.
Yeah, I don't think he even has a practice anymore. He just spends all his time trying to be an online entertainer.
Does he even run studies?
No.
Does he specialize in diabetes?
He doesn't even meet with patients, no.
And when this one doctor goes over all the different things in What the Health that are incorrect, you kind of understand what it is.
Just watch my 2 videos I made about Z-Dog's debunking What the Health. You'll see how convincing it really was. Not. He provided not any science whatsoever, no studies, just him speaking like it is fact when I've shown it's pretty much the opposite of what he's saying. But let's continue.
And as soon as you have these doctors that are just bullshit artists that are saying all these things that aren't supported by science.
Wait, so Joe Rogan is claiming that all of the working medical doctors featured in What the Health,
such as Dr. Esselstyn, Dr. Neil Bernard, Dr. Garth Davis, Dr. Greger, are all bullshit artists.
Unnatural Vegan can't agree with that.
He's right that the movie is mostly bullshit.
Okay, so I guess we have to take it that she tacitly agrees with Joe Rogan that most of the doctors are bullshit artists, but takes it a step further and says that the entire documentary, What the Health, is mostly bullshit.
Yeah, Foot Soldier in his video said something to that effect too. Let's take a look.
Joe Rogan thinks that the paleo diet is great, cholesterol is an essential nutrient and is good for you, and thinks that all of these medical doctors are bullshit artists. And Unnatural Vegan declares in this video that she agrees with Joe Rogan that they're all bullshit artists.
Most of what Joe says is fine. As I talked about in my review of the film, lots of other diets, including low-carb, high-fat diets, have proven to be effective for diabetics as well.
Aha! Swayze said diabetics. That would mean people that already have diabetes. We're not talking about what is the diet to eat once you have diabetes. We're talking about the diets you eat to not get diabetes.
Yeah, avoiding the cause of diabetes. And this is a distinction that all the debunkers, Swayze included, missed. The distinction between the cause of diabetes, too much fat in the cells, and what worsens an already diabetic condition.
You know, this is a problem I think we're seeing worldwide. in all the news, you see people misunderstand what's going on with plant-based diets and diabetes. And I think that's what's so important about What the Health is they're attempting to get the message out there and give a platform to all the doctors who are actually working to help people overcome diabetes as well as to not get diabetes.
So speaking of not getting diabetes, the movie was extremely clear about the cause of diabetes, and it had nothing to do with carbohydrates or sugars or all that stuff. No, they were really clear. It's about too much fat in the cells, and they offered plenty of research to back this up. And Swayze thinks this research is just
BS.
But this assumes that the evidence provided by the What the Health filmmakers, by Kip and Keegan, that they are an accurate representation of the evidence of the topic, and that they say what the filmmakers say they say. Spoiler, no, they don't. For instance, from the facts page, which is what Ryan is referencing, under the section, diabetes is not caused by eating a high carbohydrate diet or sugar, they reference this study on intramyocellular fatty acid metabolism. And just from the conclusion alone, it becomes obvious that this study doesn't say what the filmmakers say it does.
All right, guys, it gets really, really good now. Listen very carefully to what she says here.
Basically, the researchers found an association with insulin resistance in the lean offspring of people with type 2 diabetes and impairment of intramyocellular fatty acid metabolism, and that this is possibly the result of a genetic defect. How in the world does this support the claim that sugar does not cause diabetes?
In fact, this study actually does prove that very point. Convincingly, I might add. You wouldn't know that if you were just to lazily read the abstract.
Yeah, all you have to do is click full text discussion. Granted, it's a lengthy discussion that's dense with medical jargon.
But if you really want to debunk something, unlike Joe Rogan, you should really know what you're talking about. So here's the smoking gun here, guys. Why this study actually backs up the claims from What the Health about the cause of diabetes. In this controlled experiment, the researchers found that insulin resistance in muscle was accompanied by an increase of approximately 80% in intramyocellular lipid content in the insulin-resistant subjects, as compared to the control group. These data are consistent with those of previous studies which have suggested that dysregulated, which means malfunctioning, not working right, intramuscular fatty acid metabolism has an important causative role in insulin resistance.
So this is the causative role in insulin resistance. Insulin resistance, is that the same as diabetes?
Well, virtually all type 2 diabetics are insulin resistant. So that's what this study shows. How did they become insulin resistant? Through eating too much sugar and carbs, right? No, nothing of the sort. As this study clearly shows, and as What the Health has been clearly stating, the cause of diabetes and insulin resistance is too much fat in the cells. So when Unnatural Vegan goes on to say that this study doesn't back up anything that the movie's saying, she is either not understanding what she's reading, unable to, or she's just lying, misrepresenting what's actually there, and just cherry-picked one little statement out of the conclusion.
Cherry picking. But, you know, in case Swayze and Joe Rogan aren't convinced yet, I mean, it's not like this is the only study.
Yeah, there's more studies that build upon this foundation. Actually, this study was conducted on vegans compared to other types of eaters and found that their intramyocellular levels were actually the lowest and actually had a diet that was cardioprotective.
You know, when we promote a very narrow view of veganism, a very specific vegan diet, like What the Health does by promoting low-fat, high-carb, this is how like most of the vegan doctors promote vegan, as low-fat, high-carb, we potentially shut a lot of people out.
Okay, so much to unpack in the statement. I hope we hit everything. So she starts off saying when we promote, I don't know if she means like YouTube or like she and Happy Healthy Vegan. But then she clarifies it with What the Health promoting, and then drills down even deeper into the doctors that promote plant-based diets, you know, as seen on What the Health. So what she needs to understand is that the doctors that are promoting the plant-based diets on What the Health are doing so because they have really sick patients.
Yeah, okay? Dr. Esselstyn has people that are on death's door from like cardiovascular disease. Dr. Neil Bernard treating people with severe diabetes. So yeah, those people might not have the leeway with their diets that you and I have.
Exactly. So, and then What the Health, the movie, what is that about? Health. So, of course, the food they're talking about is going to be health oriented. Don't do all the pharmaceuticals, clean up your diet. So, of course, they're going to be talking about a really healthy, whole foods, plant-based diet, which is naturally high carb, low fat.
Yeah, pretty much all plants are high in carbohydrates, low in fat. Look at all your fruits, all your starches, grains.
Legumes.
They're high carb. Yeah.
So when we get back to the we promote, which it really felt like she was trying to talk about, Ryan, who she was debunking in her video. Okay. Happy Healthy Vegan does not promote a narrow vegan diet.
As she calls it, this narrow diet that excludes too many people.
Happy Healthy Vegan is not an exclusionary show, and anybody who's actually watching the show knows that.
Have you even seen our Instagram? Have you seen what we eat in a day videos?
I know.
Swayze?
Seriously, I mean, I've actually gone out of my way to try to include as many vegan convenience foods as we reasonably can, while still urging people to eat a healthier diet based on whole foods. That's why I give recipes showing you how to cook whole foods, but I will also show you how to prepare a Beyond Meat Beyond Burger or eat chow cheese or any other types of vegan foods. There's nothing narrow going on here. We're not excluding anyone, Swayze.
So since Unnatural Vegan prides herself, it seems, on being the only rational vegan voice out there, how is it she can side with someone like Joe Rogan versus all the doctors presented in With the Health, along with the point of view that I put out there too, which is based in science, not just pulling facts out of my butt like Joe Rogan and Z-Dog were? What's up with that?
I mean, obviously our viewers over the years have had a lot of theories that she's a shill, she's not really vegan, she's only in it for the money, but personally, I think she just has a vendetta.
Against what or who?
Well, I mean, against you. I really think she likes to try to take it to you.
Why? Because I'm a rational vegan?
Maybe she sees you as being in competition with her, but I think it is also her fear of high carb, low fat. And since our saying is keep it carbs,
so that's
that really, it triggers her or whatever. Carbs
so.
Triggers her. Even though clearly as a vegan, she's got to be eating primarily carbs.
Unless you're not eating a lot of whole food plants.
You know that she originally started out as a raw foodist YouTuber.
Her channel was called Fit on Raw originally.
Which means that originally she was probably eating a high carb, low fat diet. And something got twisted. And now she's got this vendetta and she's dragging us into it. And I'm sick of it. We don't have anything to do with whatever happened to you in the past with your raw food diet.
Really? Yeah,
Seriously, just leave us out of it, bro.
So leave your questions and comments down below. Why do you believe that Swayze has an axe to grind against me and other high-carb vegans?
And what the health?
Yeah, so let us know your theories down below. Be respectful and kind. And if you like these kind of videos, these debunking and expose videos, let us know down there and hit like as well, and we'll do more of them. I have plenty more to do. There's so many more people trying to debunk With the Health with bad bro science.
It's pretty crazy. But hey, guys, no Order 66, okay?
Yeah, that's just BS.
I'm not into that.
All right, guys, so until next time, keep it calm, keep it rational, and as we promote,
keep it carb, baby!
We're talking
keep
to you.
Carbs.